Skaters, 1 minute to go. Die letzte Minute.
Well, a very good afternoon and welcome to the third and final day of competition at the Düsseldorf Grand-Prix. Germany's seventh most populous city is alive with carnival fever at the moment. But here at the Mitsubishi Electric Halle, we're getting ready for the finals and all the medal matches. We can look forward to some pretty hot action, beginning with the first of the bronze medal matches in the under 90 kilo category. This features Nishiyama Daiki of Japan and his opponent Nicolas Sherazadishvili of Spain. And with commentary for this and all the rest of this afternoon's medal matches, it's a very warm welcome to former world champion Loretta Cusack-Doyle.
Thank you very much, Sheldon. And yes, we have Nishiyama and Sherazadishvili. No, there's no head-to-heads. This is the first time they've competed against over. Nishiyama, 26 years of age. Sherazadashi, 21.
Stadium announcer is from Georgia as well, so it's easy for him with the tongue twister. Düsseldorf has got a real host of Japanese businesses, banks and all sorts of stuff, so they've always got people here, yeah.
There was quite a few yesterday as well supporting the Japanese team. It's actually wonderful to see, isn't it? You come all the way to Düsseldorf and this Japanese crowd follow them.
I find myself a Japanese restaurant this evening.
There's plenty around.
Nishiyama in the white judogi, Sherazadishvili in blue.
Well, Sherazadishvili, they're from Spain. Obviously not a Spanish name, but as you were saying, father is Georgian. So it's going to be a tough match between these two with the bronze medal. Both have had a real tough ride through to this bronze medal fight. Nishiyama world ranking 20 and Sherazadishvili ranked 31 in the world ranking. Nishiyama there, as you can see, with that left hand into the lapel, blocking the shoulder but also using it to direct his opponent. His favourite technique is the Osotogari. We saw that in previous matches where he drives right over to the opposite side, hooking into the back and takes the Osoto off to the side rather than directly behind. Sherazadishvili, Tayatoshi is his favourite technique.
Both fighters have picked up a penalty apiece, just trying to find a grip that they can work from.
They're both trying to really sort of fill in this contest. Neither one of them wants to make a mistake at this pinnacle moment. It would cost them the medal, so they're taking their time. Nishiyama, as we've seen, this is what he's been like throughout the day. You're not going to rush this man. He has 2 world medals under his belt, so very experienced. A silver back in 2011 and also in 2010. And there's a real battle here. Sherazadishvili, a very impressive junior career. Junior European silver medalist back in 2016. He's only 21 years of age and junior world silver medalist in 2015. and 2014. So very impressive junior career. Kosota, nice switch there, but well anticipated by Nishiyama, who falls right into the osakomi there. And it's looking very unlikely the Spaniard's going to get out of that position. As you can see, Nishiyama looking up at the scoreboard as the clock ticks away. And that's the bronze medal that goes to Nishiyama of Japan.
Single slip. Paid the big price, didn't he?
Just a little mistake as he did the Kosota, lost his foot and the balance, and Nishiyama just capitalized on that.
Well, we open things up with a bronze medal for Nishiyama Daiki of Japan, shading out Nicholas Sherazadishvili.
This is medal number 4 for Nishiyama Daiki in a Grand Prix. Für Nishiyama die 4. Medaille bei einem Grand Prix.
It's always nice to be on the podium, but I suspect that when Nishiyama came here, he was rather hoping that he'd get a little bit more. It's a tough weight category.
Yes. Well, 29 competitors throughout the day, and this is what we're looking at, the real cream.
And he wasn't one of the top 4 seeds in any case, so but great expectations not entirely realised.
When you look at all the medalists in this weight category, none of them are over the age of 23. In fact, the next one coming up is Trippel from Germany. He's only 19.
A few youngsters around. This is their time. This is a good time to start that cycle towards 2020 correct. As well.
From 2020, they're in a good sort of position as far as maturity. They're talking about 22, 23, 24. Great. Even in some cases, most probably another chance in Olympic Games.
Well, the second of the bronze medal contests comes up now. Michael Skank of Slovenia faces the aforementioned Eduard Trippel of Germany. Skank in the white judogi, Trippel in blue, and I know there'll be quite a few people.
Well, as you can see, a slight age difference, 23 to 19, number 8 in the world rankings, and Trippel is still a young lad. No world ranking, but he does have a European Cadet Championship medal under his belt. As I said, Zank from Slovenia, 23, world ranked 8. Grand Slam in Paris just a fortnight ago, picked up a bronze medal. He'll be wanting to match that. So Trippel, 19 years of age, and has had a fantastic performance throughout the day. A very impressive semi-final where he was up against Vini Ashvili from
Gave
Georgia.
him a real good run for his money, didn't he?
Oh, in the opening rounds of that match, he could have beaten him. So, very impressive young man from Germany, and the support here is all behind him.
I like to see that as well. There was no hesitation whatsoever from the youngster to get involved in Nevaza.
No fear
straight away.
whatsoever. None. He's a very gutsy fighter, and I'm quite sure he'll be coming out the same way in this bronze medal final.
Just moved round to the right there as Skank went low right side with that low Sernagi.
He anticipated it very well. He's got such maturity in his judo. For a 19-year-old guy, well, you know the difference, this physical maturity from a boy to a man, and that's Sotomaka Komi.
I wonder who he learnt that from. That was absolutely mirror image of Varlam Lipatiliani from Georgia, the way he wrapped him up with that.
That's right. Well, that's a great start for Germany from this 19-year-old young lad. Still a junior.
Tap with the Diashibara and then the Koji.
He did very well to get off that. Nice technique, good change of direction. As you can see, hooked into the Maka. Oh, lovely technique.
Honestly, Vailem Lepatiliani would have been proud of that.
We'll tap him on the back later on when he picks up his medal.
We'll have to ask him.
He's a quick learner, that's all I'm saying. Lovely Ouchigari there. Well, this is a really open match. Both really trying desperately to get the score.
The referee called Mate, but didn't give a penalty.
No. The right-handed German there controlling on that lapel. Ponsianagi from Zank.
And this time Skank does pick up the penalty. I thought that he was a little bit loose the last time round with the contest area, although it may have been harsh, but this time he didn't get away with it.
Well, Skank, 23 years of age, 4 years senior to his opponent.
Ooh.
Oh, it was a lovely attempt of an Ochi, but he came out really apprehensive there. He doesn't look as confident as Triple, considering the maturity there.
Did he feel something when he went in there? I mean,
he must have. The young lad from Germany must be quite strong for him to engage in so deep for that Ochi and then hesitate to come out. One, it's quite dangerous to come out.
Yeah, you can get caught coming out.
Definitely, it's one of the biggest mistakes you can make. So, but he obviously felt it was worth risking it than actually staying in with the Ouchigari.
Well, he's got a minute 22. He didn't panic.
He looks so comfortable out there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
And
I've got a question about the movement. He stepped off a couple of techniques on a couple of occasions and looked to have anticipation. I'm just wondering, is he lucky to be moving that way, or is it real anticipation?
I think he's got a real, just natural judo feel, and this is really what judo's about. It's the best players in the world, and a lovely Oso Tagari, and he continues through there, but unlucky not to get a score. But it's one of the most important ingredients, and these top athletes do get it. It's the feel, knowing the right time to come in and attack. You just can feel it throughout the whole body, what the reaction of your opponent's going to be. It's anticipating being that one step in front of your opponent each time. A couple of Ashiwazas there, it's 1 for 1. But what's quite alarming there is that you've got that right hand high collar grip from the Slovenian. So he draws Tripel's head down, making a little bit vulnerable, as you can see there. Koshiguruma
got him that time.
And is caught him quite nicely there, evens it up. Half a minute, the timing was good. He got back in time, taking the pressure off himself. As you can see, he saw the blow of the, thank goodness.
I'm glad you spotted that.
Yeah. A big sigh of relief there.
That was close.
I know.
I was on my way out there. Well, you may still very well be.
Well, yeah, we've still got time, and it's the golden score we could be going into, but it's 30 seconds left still. We can't write this match off quite yet.
Right, I had to take a moment just to wipe a little bit of blood from the nose.
Well, it looked like there was a bit of blood on the judogi, on the white gi.
Yeah.
Yes, you did see that, but I wasn't quite sure if it was old or it just happened. Obviously, it's just happened. And we'd rather watch the crowd than somebody getting their nose stuffed.
A few famous faces in the crowd. Most of them are German. A little
nice
hand tap. We're back underway.
Little triple. Well, Tripel, there's not really getting his comfortable grip. Oh, lovely coach. Oh, nice. But the Sumigeish there. Well, I'm not sure about that. I thought he just managed to get out, but whether it was a type of a bridge, which means it still counts, or was it a rotation on the head, which wasn't a deliberate movement on the head. but he just lost in those final seconds. And Zank, as you can see, a sigh of relief. He knew he was really close on the edge there all the time through that match, but a fantastic performance from Trippel of Germany. He's got to be proud of himself, and I'm sure the coach will as well. 19 years of age, this young man, 5th place in a Grand Prix. Can't ask for any more, can you, really?
No, I think that he's put on a performance that he can be proud of. He's made the home fans get excited early on. The only thing that didn't follow was the medal-winning performance, but everything else was worth being proud of. Good effort from Edouard Trippel. Here are a few highlights before we get underway with the second. Oh no, with the finals coming up next.
It's the final. This is going to be a very exciting final. Sumigesh there. Yeah, it was a bridge and it counts.
Dear spectators, time for final for men under 90 Kilogramm. Liebe Freunde, nun das Finale der Männer bis 90 Kilogramm.
We've got the final of the under 90 kilo category coming up now. Beka Kviniashvili of Georgia faces Hussein Kalmuzayev of Russia. It must be a nightmare for Kviniashvili to face.
Kviniashvili, 21 years of age, and he's up against Kalmuzayev of Russia, 23. Kviniashvili, world ranked number 9. And as you could see, there was a very impressive wins there for the Georgian. Kviniashvili, Olympic Games in Rio, 5th place. He was junior world champion back in 2015 and under 23 European champion. Kalmuzayev, well, he's got a very impressive track record in the 81's Rio Games Olympic champion. And I think that says it all, really, doesn't it?
Kviniashvili flirted with the under 100 kilo category, but decided that 90 might be better for him. That was when the under 90 kilo spot was filled up by Valim Lipatiliani, but with Lipatiliani's move to under 100, Kviniashvili has moved back down.
Well, he's quite a powerhouse, isn't he? And that's all his judo's around his size and the power that he can generate. He started off slow at the beginning of this tournament. He had some tough matches. In fact, he was really challenged with the German Trippel in the semi-finals, and I think that was a little bit of a wake-up call for him. see that right hand over the top. Yes, and a lovely attack there. Not quite sure how the feet went in there. It was so quick, but definitely the upper body control drove straight through him rather than off the side. Threw that arm over the top. Great attack. Kalmoziev there would have had a bit of a shock on that one. Lovely air she was as there, that Kosota, real sticky foot, following it through, kept his balance, driving off that back leg. Excellent display of some Ashiwaza. Halfway through this contest and just seems to have flown past. Doesn't feel like 2 minutes have already gone. Gviniashvili really struggling to get rid of that grip. He's, as you can see, his left hand has been, his right hand's been tied up there. Kalmaziev there just working off the tactics of keeping that right sleeve. Well, a little bit harsh. Kalmaziev there was holding that sleeve, a real good tactical ploy, but Gviniashvili was desperately trying to get free from it. But it is really troubling him out there now.
Gviniashvili is the stronger, more powerful thrower as well. So that is the problem for Kalmaziev. He hasn't finished him off. The fact that there are 2 penalties on the board hasn't put the Georgian out. Now, in the past, he would have been staring down the barrel here,
yes,
with 2 Shidos. Until Kalmaziev puts a score on the board, this contest is going to continue, unless, of course, Gviniashvili gets a third.
Shido,
but not with the way that he's attacking at the moment.
He's really up there. He's in front all
Yeah.
the time with the attacks. He's really... Oh, he just lost the upper body control, but the movement of the body, the reaction of Gviniashvili was brilliant. He just didn't have the upper body control. Well, he's really fighting. He's coming forward all the time.
I wonder if his twin brother
Lovely
is watching
there.
on at the moment.
That's
He just took a
not
bump to
quite
the face
sure
there.
what
No, he just
happened
took a
there.
bump to the head. Iraklis Tsirakidze is on his feet signalling Wazari, but I don't think so. He took a bump to the head. He fell over, as opposed to Gviniashvili being in any kind of control, and
yes.
they continue. And nice.
a nice call that
And
was.
Gviniashvili stayed there right throughout, making sure he was okay, you know.
I know, you have to look polite.
Yeah, yeah. Especially given the origins of the two.
Yes!
That's done now.
Hey! Well, that's look at his face, brilliant. Well, he had to work really hard for that, and as you can see, he's not even having to hold.
No, and he's not really, and
Kalmaziev is just lying there as if to say,
he knows it's done.
cannot
Yeah, it's not happening.
believe
Yeah.
that. He's just not even trying.
Yeah.
But oh, wonderful
look,
bit of
look.
judo. And he helps him up. It's great sportsmanship. Best of friends out there, and that's what you like to see, huh?
That's the kind of stuff that,
Real
given
champions have
the
made it.
tension between the two, is terrific to see.
Mm.
Really, absolutely terrific.
That was really nice. Right,
So it's a good one to see.
brilliant.
Gviniashvili over Kalmaziev. It was the final that we wanted to see, and they gave it to us right to the end. Look, went to the last second.
Yes.
Right at the end, he came up, and,
Well,
and,
that's
I,
great.
and I said, unless he can put him away, it ain't over. He had to
Well,
score on
it
him.
was never over. Right
Two
to the end.
penalties down.
You could never write him off at all.
He just kept chasing and
It
chasing.
was brilliant, wasn't he? It was
And you know something? The new rules made that contest difficult
Yes.
for Karl Musaev. It wasn't going to be finished. We were going to have golden score. There was no score there. And the person chasing the score was Karl Musaev. Let's have a look at some of the highlights. Loretta.
Look at this. Wonderful. Well, that rotation, the circling action that he had there, he was just winding him around as they one turn, the second turn, the third, the leg over the top, Makakomi. It's a like little dance routine, and it actually even went in line with this music.
I think that music is called Garma Jus, I think.
Once again, as you see, the upper body control. Just wound it right up to a finish. Throws that arm, steps round, one. Then again, the second time round, building up momentum. That leg comes out, and over he goes. Fantastic, and that last expression just says it all. Brilliant.
Right, we've got the bronze medal contests in the under 78 kilo category. The first of these features Klara Apotheker of Slovenia. She's up against Karen Stevenson of the Netherlands. It's Apotheker in the white judogi, Stevenson in blue.
Apotheker, 19 years of age, Stevenson, 23, both the first stands.
In blue for the Netherlands, 2016 Budapest Grand-Prix bronze medalist.
The referee in the middle for this one is Frank Dutch of Germany.
Apotheker, 16 on the world ranking.
In white for Slovenia.
The Paris Grand Slam just a fortnight ago took a 5th place, junior world silver medalist back in 2015. Stevenson's from the Netherlands, 23 as we said, world ranked 32. 8 Continental Open medals and 1 Continental Club. As we said before in the previous matches, build up to this, Apotheker. Very, very tall for this weight category. Really just trying to work out the grips, trying to see who's going to dominate first. It's really feeling a lovely drop. Sianagi there from Stevenson. As she tries to follow through. Apotheker looking for an opportunity on the Niwaza, but walked onto that drop Sianagi, and that's where she's got to be really careful. That right hand on the collar, she cross grips to get deep over the back of Stevenson. Stevenson there using her whole body weight to transfer her weight onto that arm of the Slovenian, just to keep her at bay, because that's the danger, those arms flying over the top and drawing her head down. Apotheker doesn't need to actually get too close to her opponent. She's got that great reach, so doesn't have to engage too much. Again, you see the cross grip, that right hand high on the collar, and Stevenson knows that she has to keep that down, and she does that very well. As you can see, she's holding on to that sleeve, and in the meantime trying to do her own judo. Not an easy thing to do. She's got the drop there, very poor attack, and was countered there by the Slovenian, and picks up the first Wazari. Now she starts working there in the Niwaza. Most important thing is tying up the upper part of the body. She's only got the arm, which really she should get that sorted first. She's making so much effort in getting the leg out, but she'll lose it if she doesn't get the upper body control. Now she's opting for a juji, but as we see the legs, they're so wide apart, there's no way she's going to be able to secure that.
We mentioned the awkwardness for her opponents with regard to the height. This time her legginess was even awkward for herself.
And you don't see her doing too much today. I've not seen her doing too much Niwaza at all, and I think it is generally because she's all arms and legs, so for her to get into the ground and trying to maneuver herself down there is obviously very tricky. There we say tricky. She's going for that juji there, as you can see, pulling out, but the legs are not powerful enough. They're just not powerful enough. And that's the one thing with her. She's got that reach. She's got those legs are through, but she doesn't have that explosive power. It's a real robotic way of walking around, and her attacks are slow and calculated, and it's a continuation of a continued movement rather than a stab at it. Now the Dutch girl's starting to look a little bit tired out there.
Just trying to work out, Stevenson is, how to deal with the height.
Well, Stevenson knows she has to keep that right sleeve, because that's where she gets troubled with the sleeve, the arm being thrown over the left shoulder. Now once again we've got the Niwaza, but she concentrates on the lower part of the body when really she should be concentrating and controlling the upper part. And as you can see, a lot of valuable energy being wasted with very little effort at the end. She's got the arm lock there, but I'm not quite sure if it's on the elbow. Stevenson doesn't look too uncomfortable. No, she's quite happy there.
You can always work to free the leg.
Yes.
You can't afford to be freeing the leg if you haven't got the top half, because that's where you turn out.
Yes.
The minute you feel that your opponent hasn't got control of you on the top half, you're off. Off you go.
And that's the biggest mistake a lot of these athletes do. They panic they rush into it. And referees are very knowledgeable now, and they are giving the opportunity as long as they can see something working and in play. But they know themselves, if they haven't got any upper body control, they know that the end result's not going to be there, so why waste the time in the clock ticking away? And that's how a referee would look at that.
Apotheker came as close as possible in that last cycle to putting the arm lock on, but because she'd had 3 goes and it hadn't worked, he said, this is not going anywhere. Matteo, it was all
the ingredient wasn't there. She didn't have the upper body control.
In any case, she managed to get Wazari on the board. She takes it away. There are a couple of things that she needs to tighten up on the ground, but hey, she won't be looking at that right now. She'll be just happy to take that bronze medal.
And it was a good result for her, and she's had a good performance, a very strong performance throughout the day. So it was a well-deserved bronze medal for the Slovenian.
And Stevenson, for her part, comes away with a 5th place at a Grand Prix. That's no bad result for her either, making her way in that weight category, because there are 2 or 3 other Dutch ahead of her, to be honest.
Well, that's a Grand Prix result for her, which is something she doesn't have.
You can see the highlights on the screen. Auch hier können wir uns die Highlights auf dem Bildschirm anschauen.
That was the score. That was the pattern of the contest, getting the leg wrapped up every time.
It was just a really bad decision there made by Stevenson. As she dropped, she left herself very vulnerable there. She attacked onto that strong arm and left the other one behind to drag her back.
Right, the second of the bronze medal contest is coming up now. Takayama Rika of Japan faces Natalie Powell of Great Britain. It'll be Takayama in the white judogi, Powell in blue. It's the second time that Powell is facing the Japanese today.
Well, statistics show that Powell is the stronger of the two, ranked number 5. in the world ranking. Her opponent ranked 10. Takayama 22, Natalie 4 years more experience at 26.
Natalie Powell. And in white for Japan. Gold medalist mit Judo Grand-Prix last year. In weißen Judoanzug aus Japan. Die Grand Slam-Siegerin von Japan. Takayama Rika.
She's psyching herself up, and her little traditions that she has when she comes on the mat. There, Natalie Powell, as you can see in the blue gi, and Takayama of Japan in the white. Takayama Grand Slam, she has 2 Grand Slam medals. Asian champion, 3 Grand Prix medals. Natalie, as you can see, with that left hand over the back there, trying to control. Now she's working her way down into the Niwaza, and she's very strong down there in the Niwaza. Very competent. Takayama now trying to see if there's any options there for herself to have a go down in the Niwaza, but Natalie obviously having none of that. Natalie, European bronze medalist in 2016, 2 World Master medals. Participated in the Olympic Games in Rio. Takayama there working away in the Niwaza, trying to rotate Nat Powell over. Well, it's a very close fight. There's Kate Howie, Olympic silver medalist, a women's national coach for Great Britain.
Powell was non-pulsed there as she picked up that penalty. Thought, oh, me? What did I do? We can see what Takayama's doing.
Yeah, she's pushing out
Up
there.
right arm.
Well, Natalie's like drawing that left arm round the back. She does have a good counter, but Takayama is coming forward, constantly breaking the balance of Natalie. As you can see, she stumbles over there, but Natalie has to get the hips right through.
Oh, that was close. Just over on the left side there.
Takayama's favourite technique is the big harai or goshi technique. Same as Natalie's, but we're seeing more chance of Takayama getting that across first. Once again, you see it.
Almost the counter.
Natalie there just stumbled away, trying to counter, lost her balance, fell over. Takayama picks up a wazari, now gets the leg out, and osakumi. It was a real big mistake there for Natalie Powell.
Ooh, and the arm as well.
And the arm lock as well.
Udigarami.
She's tied her up in knots there. And Takayama looks so comfortable. It's really has Powell in a very awkward position there. She can't really move because the arm lock is on. Well, that was a great win there for Takayama, and a well-deserving 5th place goes to Powell of Great Britain. She'll be disappointed not to get a medal, but she's consistent now in these Grand Slams and Grand Prix.
Unfortunately, Powell today is 0 for 2 with the Japanese. Lost out to Umeki in the semi-final, and then ended up losing the bronze medal contest to Takayama, as we just saw there. Big smile for Takayama.
I'm pleased with that, and this is something Powell's got to work on, because obviously the Olympic Games is in Tokyo, so already she sees there's a slight flaw in her makeup as far as her judo tactical side and the technical one-to-one with these Japanese, she's finding them very awkward indeed.
There are some highlights from this bronze medal contest. We'll be back in a moment with the final.
See, that was the mistake. Natalie just tried to counter, but just stumbled. She tried to get the lift. The Ouchigari there was for Takayama. That was the throw that caught her. It was just a kind of survival for Natalie with the counter.
Well, coming up next, the final of the under 78 kilo category. This features Umeki Mami of Japan and Madeleine Malonga of France. It'll be Umeki in the white judogi, Malonga in blue, and here's Loretta Cusack-Doyle again.
Ukemi, 22 years of age, third dan, 26 wins, 20 by Ippon, ranked 15. And you've got Malonga, 23, second dan, 40 wins, 22 of them by Ippon, ranked 17 in the world ranking.
And now, please welcome the athletes. In blue, for France, gold medalist at Samsung Grand-Prix last year. In blau begrüßen wir aus Frankreich die Grundsiegerin von Samsung 2016, Madeleine Malonga. And in white for Japan, the current world champion. In Paris-Judo aus Japan, die amtierende Weltmeisterin, Umeki Mami.
Umeki from Japan, world champion back in 2015, 2 Grand Slam medals, 1 Grand Prix, Asian champion. Malonga, 23, as we said, Paris Grand Slam a fortnight ago, placed 7th. Lovely Kosota start there, great start for Malonga. She has 3 Grand Slam medals and 2 Grand Prix and 4 continental medals. And you have Lucie Ducoste for the French women's coach. If you can't be inspired by an Olympic champion, what can you be? There's the Ochi Uchimata there for Malonga. Really taking this match to the Japanese. Umeki hasn't really got started yet. Really finding it difficult. This young lady from France is all arms and legs at this moment. Umeki finding it difficult to settle now. Well, she's got that left hand and the high collar. She's drawing Malonga's head down. And as you can see, that arm there, the right arm being very defensive from the French athlete, Malonga.
For which she now picks up a Shido.
So both a Shido apiece. Malonga with a Wazari. Again, those long arms, legs come in. But now Umeki is settled down now in this first minute. I think the opening seconds of this contest took Umeki by surprise. Now she's starting to break down the defences and power of Malonga. As you can see, the head starting to go down. No longer the threat of that arm getting thrown over the top and those legs from coming in. Well, Well, Malonga there blowing away, and I'm not sure how good the condition is, but if anything to do with the body language, the head going down, she doesn't seem to have the power now, but what she came out with right at the beginning, she was very strong.
Just get the feeling that the gripping may be uncomfortable for Malonga, not necessarily the power from Umeki, just the gripping. She manages to grip up nicely, and it's threatening. Malonga doesn't like that, and that's why she's overly defensive.
Well, Malonga, those long legs are hooking him with the Uchimata, Ouchi, Kochi, but stumbles and now finds herself in a Niwaza position there with the leg just hanging onto that leg. How long she can last, I don't know, because the Japanese are very clever. You can see this time, as you can previous match, the upper body's controlled. She's tied that up nicely, given herself that great opportunity to finish it. And the referee knows that. That's why they give that much more time, because they can see progress.
Upper body control, you have the possibility of bringing the leg out, and that's what happened.
Yes.
No upper body control, too much over concentration on the lower part of the leg, you're going to lose the hold.
And the referee knows that,
Yep.
and there's only so much time that they will give them to see if they can correct that.
Umeki Mami of Japan overcomes Madeline Malonga. Madeline Malonga got herself on the scoreboard first, catching Umeki, but Umeki's the kind of fighter that you have to throw for Ippon.
Well, you do.
If you don't put her out of the way.
All she did was getting that first score against her was just made her angry.
So, Umeki Mami takes the gold, Madeline Malonga the silver. Ueno Yoshie has been in the chair twice, and both her fighters have come away with medals. So a happy time for the former double world champion. Let's have a look at the highlights.
These are the highlights of this final on the screen.
That right hand came over the top, came back, swept the foot from the feet from under Umeki, caught her totally off guard, but that just really made her angry. Great start from this young lady from France, hooked in, came in for another drop but lost control, and Umeki then started to come back powerful.
The big battle at under 78 kilos for France is going to be Chimio and Malonga in the lead up to Tokyo. Because Chimio is not done yet.
No, she isn't, and I think Chimio's
Still strong.
I think she'll still be
There's
the
mileage,
strongest.
yeah.
There's a lot more in the tank with
It's
Chimio.
what can Malonga do between now and Tokyo? That's going to be the question. We've seen Chimio. What you see is what you get. We don't know with Malonga yet. She may yet have more in the tank.
Right, yeah, she might have.
Interesting.
I think she has. I think it's one of these that she's just really still trying to make her presence on that map. She's not consistent. She's up and down. She's hot and cold, and she makes those mistakes. But,
right, we've got the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 90 kilo category coming up. Mohamed Marija, the Education and Coaching Director of the International Judo Federation, is making the presentations first of all to Michal Skank of Slovenia, and then to Nishiyama Daiki of Japan. The silver medal goes to Hussein Kalmuzaev of Russia, where the gold medal goes to Beka Gviniashvili of Georgia.
The prize money and flowers presented by Vice President of the German Judo Federation, Professor Dr. Rainer Ganschow. Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of Georgia.
Meine Damen und Herren, bitte erheben Sie sich für die Nationalhymne Georgiens.
And now the national anthem of Georgia.
Thank you very much. Very picture with the IPM Judo.
I think we're going to be hard pushed to beat that final between Kalmazeev and Gviniashvili.
I think that was, it's a brilliant technique. That winding big Hara Makakomi, brilliant. It was a great match and definitely a wonderful finish.
Skank, Nishiyama, Kalmazeev and Gviniashvili.
That's some lineup there.
Winning quartet. Right, we come now to the first of the bronze medal contests in the under 100 kilo category, and this features Johannes Frey of Germany. He's up against Kazbek Zankishiev of Russia. It'll be Frey in the white judogi, Zankishiev in blue.
Well, Frey, 20 years of age, Kaziev 24.
Silbermedaillengewinner des Grand-Prix Düsseldorf 2015, Kazbek Zankishiev. Im weißen Gehöranzug. Der Junioren-Vize-Europameister.
Well, Frey, 20 years of age, ranked 96 in the world ranking, junior European silver medalist back in 2016. He's up against Zankishiev of Russia, 20 years old. Sianagi is his favourite tanker. He's world ranked in 97. He has 2 Grand Slam medals, 1 Grand Prix medal and 1 Continental. Frey started off, he had some real battles up to this bronze medal. It wasn't an easy ride for him at all. And in fact, I didn't think he would actually be able to get to this stage, the amount of work that he had to put in.
Yeah, it was a tricky start to the day. He had that little contest against the Brazilian, Leonardo Gonçalves.
That was one of the toughest ones, I think, for him. And then
Martin Pacek was off the pace. He didn't enjoy today, did he, Pacek?
No. It was a non-starter for him, and obviously had Ben Fletcher as well.
Lost out to Ben Fletcher.
And so it has been a real battle to this bronze medal final. Zankishiev. He had Boza in the first round of Lithuania, then Korel in the quarterfinals. Again, another tough match for Zankishiev. And Nikifalova, he lost in the semi-final. So he just missed out on getting into the final, finds himself now in the bronze medal position. Well, a little bit too much time of trying to engage with his opponent, and Frey takes the first Judo. Played too long of a waiting game there, and this has happened a couple of times throughout the day. He's made things very difficult for himself. Zankiskiev's favourite technique is the Ponsianagi, and this was very successful throughout the day. He's looking here for the Niwa. I think it's the Juji is trying to get out, but Frey's slight height advantage here. Those big long arms come over, massive hands as he comes over the top. Oh, and lovely Ashiwaza there. The Russian sweeps the feet, follows through now, determined to get, as you can see, he's looking for the arm lock. Now that's a better position there. The legs are still a little bit untidy. As you can see, that the leg should be on the opposite side, so we can actually bring it with him, but not enough control with the legs.
He just threw that off when he was ready.
There was just a minute, there was a moment he could have felt it, and as soon as he saw that the pressure was going to come on, then he just quickly reacted, scooping the shoulder out. Ponsianagi there, but mate being called. Oh, 37 seconds left. Time has gone so quick in this match. Not for them, but for us. I would imagine it's been a lifetime out there. Zankiskiev there with a Wazari, and he's still piling the pressure on. A good position to be in as the clock ticks away. He's working in the Niwaza. Tries to rotate his opponent over. Trying to pick up as he rolls over that arm, as we saw before with the Juji, and looks like he's going to attempt it again. He hooks that arm, but this time his leg's caught up in the middle, so it won't be as effective. Well, just 1 second left, and Zankiev takes the bronze medal in the men's under 100.
He snuck that one. Just the single score was enough to give the Russian the medal.
He was good. He was positive all the way through. He just played it right. Frey really didn't have a look in that match at all.
I thought for a moment that we were going to have another Frey family member to give it a go in the other bronze medal contest, but his brother Karl Richard Frey lost out to Michael Correll, and we'll see Michael Correll in the upcoming contest because he'll face Benjamin Fletcher. But before any of that, we're going to have a look at some of the highlights from this one.
Medal for Kazbek Zankishir in a Grand-Prix. Für ihn die zweite Grand-Prix-Medaille.
You can see the highlights on the screen.
Auch für die entscheidende Szene auf dem Bildschirm.
Nice piece of Ashley was there, though, just bringing Frey down onto his side. There was enough there for a score.
Real upper body. He had great grips. He controlled the head, the upper body all the time, and he worked his feet. Followed through each time, changing from left to right, rocking his opponent in both directions. Frey really just didn't know which way he was going to fall.
Bronze medal contest for
We've got the second of the bronze medal contests coming up now. Michael Correll of the Netherlands features Benjamin Fletcher of Great Britain. It will be Correll in the white judogi, Fletcher in blue.
Well, Correll, 22 years of age, Fletcher, 24. Correll, first dan, 47 wins. Fletcher, 55. Ippons won, 30 to Fletcher, 22 to Correll. Very impressive.
Benjamin Fletcher. In white for the Netherlands. European Championships bronze medalist. Im weißen Judoanzug aus den Niederlanden der Bronzemedaillengewinner der Europameisterschaften 2016.
Correll, world ranked number 5, Fletcher 28. Now these two have fought each other twice, and it's been a win each. The most convincing win was from Fletcher, when he threw his opponent in Tbilisi Grand-Prix last year for Ippon. So, and it was very impressive. Correll won the previous within the same year, but it was on 3 Shidos, which now are not taken. It was that would have been a new rules, a Hansokumaki. Correll left-handed. As it drops underneath. Drops underneath him, but his favourite technique for Correll is the Ko Uchigaki. Now this is where Fletcher has got to be careful. You can see what we were talking about before is tying up the upper part of the body, and he's already done that. The referee can see that. He knows that he's taken the most important step first in the upper body control. Now leaves himself a great opportunity.
Just slipped, yeah.
Just slipped out.
There's a single second there where where Uke realizes this is my only moment to go. And when they go and they get it right, out they come.
And Fletcher could obviously, he took the timing right. The latest result for Ben Fletcher was a bronze medal in Rome European Cup this year. And Fletcher picks up the first Shido. He's trying to get that right hand on the lapel. Oh, and he walks onto that drop Sianagi. Well, it was always going to be a tough match. Both know each other very well. Have been in this situation a couple of times now, head to head. Ben really trying to get his desired grip. We know he's got some really good Niwaza moves, and now is looking for an opportunity down there. He's got to start looking a little bit more engaging there, but gets himself spun over and
trouble on the ground again.
Right, one of those basic turnovers he got caught on, rolled him over. Now for someone who's so experienced as Ben Fletcher to fall into that trap.
It's the right leg. Look at Correll, he's got it. Yeah.
Well, Ben Fletcher will be very disappointed in that. He rolled into that, he made that mistake. He's very comfortable in the Niwaza, but that was a real poor error that he made there, poor judgment. But a great win for Corel of the Netherlands. Takes the bronze medal home in this men's under 100 kilos.
We were talking about whomsoever it was that finished fifth in whichever weight category it was a few minutes ago, it escapes me now, and saying, oh, it was the Dutch girl.
Yes.
And saying, Karen Stevenson, saying, that wasn't a bad result. That's not a bad result for Ben Fletcher.
No, it
Fifth
isn't
place
a bad
at Grand Prix. I mean, it's
Yes.
disappointing. I know British fans would be disappointed.
Yes.
It's not a bad result.
It's not a bad result, but when you're actually looking at the ages of some of these athletes that are in their 20s and below, he's at this stage now, he's had a lot of exposure that you're hoping that he will start picking up the medals. And he needs to start picking up the medals for his own confidence as well.
I think he may have come in here seeded number 8.
Ben Fletcher.
Yeah, he may have come in seeded number 8, and he's finished in that top
Yes.
8. So that's not a bad shout.
When you look at the results,
fifth
that
place.
he's got 1 Grand Prix medal, he's got 8 Continental Open medals.
Yeah, he's knocking on that door really hard, isn't he?
Needs to
He's in.
He needs to be now consistent within the Grand Prix.
Yeah, he needs to start
he
taking
needs
some
a
medals. Yeah.
result in the Grand Slam.
Right, we come now to the final of the under 100 kilo category. Wolf Aaron of Japan faces Toma Nikiforov of Belgium. It's Wolf in the white judogi, Nikiforov in blue. Here's Loretta.
Well, this is going to be a very interesting match. No heads-to-heads. You've got Wolf 21, Nikiforova 24. Third dan, first dan. Well, the wins 18 for Wolf, 63. Well, there's been a lot of fights there. And 10 by Ippon and 50 for Nikiforova. Well, he's been round there, hasn't he? He's a lot of experience under his belt. Lots of matches. We've just got to see how it goes. Well, there's 3 years of a difference. Wolf 21, just coming out of the juniors, but he's a junior world bronze medalist. Has 2 Grand Prix medals in 2016. Nikiforova, 24, ranked 18 in the world ranking. He's a world bronze medalist back in 2015 and 3 Grand Prix medals and 2 Grand Slam medals. Well, Nikiforova has had a very exciting journey through to this final. The semi-final. Well, this is where he comes in his own, and what a finish.
Ooh.
The shimmy-waza was there.
Unbelievable.
Oh, look at that face. That
Sharp.
sort of tells it all.
Sharp.
Well, if you're going to win a match, that's exactly the way you'd like to win it, as sweet and as short as that.
Gold medalist in blue for Belgium.
Well, that little bit more of experience and that competition edge is really what sold that match for him.
I want to see the speed with which this was applied. This catches Wolf completely. It's a real shocker for him. So look and see how that came about.
Well, that was a great win.
Crowd silencer.
Brilliant.
Oh.
Well, here we go. He dropped and he swung under the neck, rolled him over and applied the shimmy-waza there, as you can see, digging that that heel into the arm to take the pressure off holding on.
Well, he tried to hold on for as long as he could, couldn't he, Wolf? But it's this, you're not getting out of this.
No. And in fact, when your hands are inside, you're actually choking yourself as well. So it's not the most comfortablest thing to be doing.
You know, this is a powerfully executed shimmy waza. Look at the shape of the head here. It's right down on his shoulder. It's twisted right to one side. He's just pulling that on really tightly.
It was already on as he started to spin over the top. That shimmy waza was on. It was there. Lovely bit of judo.
Luckily, Wolf is in a position to tap here.
Yes.
And he does, and he doesn't try any heroics and hold on because he was going. That is strong. Ooh. Toma Nikiforov, what a boy.
Dear spectators, the award
Right,
ceremony
we come now to the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 78 kilo category. Let's see who we've got lined up down at the far end of the competition, all under the big banner that says Düsseldorf Grand-Prix 2017.
Mr. Florent Daniel Laskow. The bronze medalists are for Japan, Takayama Rika. And for
The bronze
Slovenia,
medals
Clara
go
Apotekar.
to Takayama Rika of Japan and to Clara Apotekar of Slovenia.
Silver medalist for France, Madeleine Malonga.
The silver medal goes to Madeleine Malonga of France.
And gold medalist for Japan, Umeki Mami.
And the gold medal goes to Umeki Mami of Japan.
The prize money and flowers presented by Head of the Sports in the Ministry of Family, Children and Sport of North Rhine-Westphalia, Mr. Wolfgang Fischer. Dear spectators, please all rise for the national anthem of Japan.
Meine Damen und Herren, bitte erheben Sie von Ihren Plätzen zu Ehren der Nationalhymne Japans.
Now the national anthem of Japan.
Thank you very much. Group picture with VIP and judoka.
Just a quick note about Beka Gwiniashvili in the under 90 kilo category. 5 fights, 3 ippons, 6 wazaris. Busy boy.
He was very busy.
He racked up
impressed.
nine scores.
Very impressive.
What a thing, eh? 2 against Karl Musaev in the final, 1 against Edward Trippel. And then he picked up another 2 in his third fight, 2 in the first, and another 2. He was really busy. Right, we come now to the heavyweights. It's the plus 78 kilo category for women. The first of the bronze medal contests features Larissa Čerik of Bosnia-Herzegovina. She's up against Kristin Busso of Germany. It's Čerik in the white judogi, Busso in blue.
Well, Čerik's slightly older than her opponent.
Please welcome the referee. He's from
26 years of age.
Luis Rivera.
Busso 25.
And now please welcome the athletes.
Čerik ranked in the world ranking 11. Busson ranked 49. Two Grand Slams and 4 Grand Prix medals, and European silver medalist. These two have fought each other, one head-to-head, where Cherik won on 3 Shido, so she just has the slight upper hand of Busson. 3 Continental Open medals. Cherik, one of the smaller of the heavyweight athletes in this weight category, as you can see there up against her German opponent. Referee, I think, will look to be giving both these athletes a Shido. Well, they give it just, well, they have both of them received the Shido, and rightly so. Very little action in the first minute. And it doesn't seem to change in the second minute. As you can see, very little action is going on right now. An attempt of a Makakomi there, Seric. Seric, her favourite technique is that Osoda Makakomi, and is normally very successful for her, but when she does it, she tends to be moving her opponents a little bit more. At this moment, she's playing the same pace as her opponent, which is quite slow. And for someone like Seric, who's that slightly bit shorter and lighter, needs to start moving the heavier weights around. Has to break her opponent's balance. She's going to come in with the Osota. Again, there's an attempt, but real no movement off the attack.
I think the Germans will generally be disappointed with the showing that they've had in the plus 78 kilo category today. They've lost their long-time favourite Franziska Konitz. She's retired now, and I suppose they could have expected something from Yasmin Kulbs. She would have been their go-to fighter, or Caroline Weiss, but neither of them came up with anything.
They do produce big heavyweights, but like you say, it's a bit of a disappointment, isn't it?
Well, they had 4 in the weight category. They've ended up fighting for a single bronze medal.
Yes.
They should have done a bit better than that. This disappointment for Caroline Weiss. She was the number 2 seed in the competition, but she went out in round 1 to the youngster from Japan, the current cadet world champion.
Cadet world champion, 16.
Caroline Weiss has been junior world silver medalist twice, so she hasn't got. She's not short of background. It's just that Busso, I don't think, is going to be their go-to fighter.
No, well, she doesn't look to be at this moment. Her favourite technique is the Harai Goshi, and we haven't even seen a glimpse of that yet. It's been just a battle of hanging on grips and bracing the weight on each other. There really isn't been much action at all, and Seric has to really start moving her opponent. She has to step up a gear.
It's possible that it's possible they'll both get penalised, and then Busso will be out.
So, well,
yeah.
Not one of the most
No,
exciting
no.
matches.
Well,
but
once in a while that happens.
Seric takes the bronze medal.
Larissa Ceric. This is medal number 5 for Larissa Ceric in a Grand Prix.
Für sie bereits die 5. Grand Prix-Medaille.
Well, that was the first of the bronze medal contests that we've got to bring you.
And this is where we're coming up to the next 16-year-old, where we saw Japan on the
Sone, yeah, Sone
the first
Akira.
day, wasn't it, that won a
Abe Uta.
57s, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
52.
52.
52 kilo fighter, yeah. Abe Uta. She's got a brother.
Yes.
He was a
16
hot-
years of age,
hot
the
property.
youngest Grand Prix winner. And she was fantastic. Now we have the next 16-year-old in their team. Have they brought a cadet team here? Looks like it. Well, the next one up, 16, World Cadet Champion.
The next bronze medal contest for women over 78 kilograms.
Right, it is. Sone Akira of Japan faces Rochelle Nunes in the second of the bronze medal contest in the plus 78 kilo category. It will be Sone in white and Nunes in blue.
Well, Nunes, 11 years a senior of her opponent. That's a lot of experience behind. So, as I say, Sonny, 16 years of age, ranked 41 in the world ranking, and junior world cadet champion back in 2015. Nunes from Brazil, 27 years of age, ranked 26 in the world ranking. She has 2 Grand Slam medals, 1 Grand Prix, and 11 World Cup medals. When you look at the statistics, Sone, 4 competitions, 11 wins and 2 losses. Not bad going for 4 competitions.
Yeah, the Japanese, well, like everybody else, I suppose, looking to identify whomsoever it is that they're going to have in the running for that place in Tokyo. And when you start sending out 16-year-olds, then
They've obviously got the focus on Tokyo, which means this young lady will be coming up to 20 years of age.
that's the age at which the Japanese feel that they are at their best, like around 22, 23.
Drop Sinagi, nicely anticipated there from Nunes as she counters her off. That drop Sinagi now works her way into the Niwaza, looking for the Jujigadan, but as you can see, that leg is caught up.
Yeah.
So it makes it very difficult. There's no power that can be generated from that.
Now, I'm not against the idea of Sone having another go with that technique. And, there is young Mr. Fisher on the screen there. David Fisher. Future judoka, I think. be a couple of years
one of
yet.
the smartest in this hall. Such a well-dressed wee boy. So Nunes, but the first was Ari.
Well, it was for that counter of the Murata Sen again. I was saying, I'm not against the idea of Sone going for that again, because it was a good entry. It was a little bit tentative, and for that reason, Nunes was able to take control of it and come up with the counter. She didn't have to block it. Just not that, not as powerful as it needed to be, because the first thing that you want to make your opponent do, if they're going to do anything, is try to get off it, and not first thing, I'm going to counter this. So it wasn't quite strong enough, I'm afraid.
Well, Sonny there looking for a few combinations there with the Ochigari, trying to break her opponent's balance, and she has, as we've seen, she has the drop Sianagi, but the Ochigari is the bit of the dark horse. That's her favourite technique, and that's what's been successful for her today. She comes in very deep. She's really low centre of gravity, drives deep right through her opponent, and it's been very effective for her. So, but she attempts the drop Sianagi again, and she perseveres.
Comes up with it.
She has a double take on it, doesn't she? She comes in, she realises she's not deep enough, and then follows in a little bit deeper to get that wazari. So persevered well with that, and
Good for her, you know.
equals this up.
It's obviously a technique that she's used before with some degree of success. And all right, you got counted the first time. Well, it wasn't a terrible effort. Now she's just corrected it a little bit. And Nunes was trying to get off it. There was no attempt to counter it that time.
Now this is where I see the Ouchigar being more effective, and I've just said it and she's done it. Because now Nunes has got that fear factor. She knows the drop Cianagi is effective.
Yeah.
She knows that she's just
Back
got
on her
thrown
heels
with
now,
it.
yeah.
So when she feels the forward attack, she'll switch it to the Ouchigari.
Just trying to break that right arm, that left arm off at the moment.
Yeah, Sonia just needs to start moving a little bit more. She's getting herself all tied up there.
Work on that
And
front
there's
leg.
a lot of power coming through Nunes, as you can see right now. And there's quite a bit of maturity as well. There's 11 years.
Yeah.
Oh, you see,
Yeah,
I love it.
nice.
She showed the Cianagi. Nunes reacted perfectly, and the combination was there. It was a lovely combination. Well planned.
Sonny got penalised for an overly defensive posture.
Another
And again,
Ouchigar.
yeah.
She's now
Knocking her over
knocking
now.
her on her heels.
30 odd seconds left to go. She's going to take this, Loretta. A little bit of a push here. Osai Komi. Yeah.
Well,
gonna
what a
do.
mature fight in such a young age, isn't there? The way she fought, you wouldn't think that was a cadet
No.
out there.
No way.
It's actually quite scary, really, to think.
Just got
that
knocked down the
yeah.
once. That was it. After that, it was all Sone, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a lovely match and such a mature fight for such a young lady.
She got knocked down once, came back with 3 scores.
That's it.
I think you're right, you know. Scary. That
It
is scary.
It is. It's terrifying to think someone of that age has now just picked up a bronze medal in the Grand Prix, Senior Grand Prix.
The 2 16-year-olds will be going back to school. One's got the bronze medal in the plus 78 kilo category, in the under 52 kilo category. They'll be going back with gold.
Back in the uniform on
Yeah,
the Monday
yeah.
morning, going
Homework.
to school. Homework and exams.
Right, a well-earned and well-fought, an impressive performance from Sone Akira, taking the gold medal in the plus 78 kilo category. Rochelle Nunes picking up silver.
She's only 16 years old.
16 years old. Yep, she's 16 years old.
We've got the final
Amazing.
coming up next. I think I said silver and gold. I meant bronze medal and the 5th place.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I think I said that.
Well,
Right, okay.
The highlights on the screen.
Because we'd been talking about her going home with bronze
Yes,
and her teammate going back with gold.
that's right.
So
yeah.
let's hope we got it right. Anyway, if I misled you, I don't mean to, so my apologies. There are plenty of highlights, I tell you. She was going over on a regular basis. Once she'd picked up her own score, it was then all Sone.
Quite agile as well for a
Yeah, nice
heavyweight,
movement.
isn't she? She moved well.
I like what you were talking about, that change of direction. She sold her every time after that.
Every time she sold her that. She needed that forward attack, and when she got that score, then Nunes was worried.
We come now to the final of the plus 78 kilo category. Tachimoto Megumi of Japan faces Irina Kinseska of Ukraine. We've had a little bit of a family theme here with Karl Richard Frey and Johannes Frey. We've had the brother of the Olympic champion here, the twin brother, the identical twin, Hussein Karl Mozaev. And now we've got the sister of the current Olympic champion at under 70 kilo category, Tachimoto Haruka. Here is Tachimoto Megumi.
Isn't it? Well, Tachimoto, 28 years of age, ranked 24.
Getting white for Japan. 2015 World Championships silver medalist.
Kinzerska, Ukraine 25, 3 years junior, ranked 20, 5th place in the Olympic Games. She actually in 2012 lost to Karina Bryant to get into the final, into the bronze, into the semi-final.
Her sister went a few places better a few months ago in Rio.
That's it. In Rio, she was up there and world champion. World Championships took a silver in 2015, a bronze, 2 bronzes, 2014 and 2013. So she's been consistent within the World Championships for the past 3 years on a trot. It's a record.
I think Kinzerska's really got her hands full here.
I think so too.
I mean, we know what an expert Tachimoto is in Newaza, but she's also got some strong throwing skills.
Well, she's able to move the heavyweights, and that's what we've seen throughout the day. She's got that lovely little bounce that you quite like, that sort of, it actually puts the heavyweights off. They tend to sort of freeze on the spot, because that's the one thing, if you're a heavyweight, you don't like to move because it's the balance thing, and they stay and they plod around the mat like a robotic sort of way, and by keeping their feet firmly on the ground obviously keeps a better balance for them. And as soon as you start moving like Tachimoto does with them, that's when she skips underneath, and she's got a cracking Osotogari that we've seen earlier on.
Wongo Chow, the Chinese referee, decided that it was too uncomfortable for Tachimoto to continue with the judogi top over her head, so called mate. Let them tidy their gis up, and we're back underway now with a little over 2.5 minutes left to go. First real big movement we've seen from Tachimoto there. She was over on the left side and then out very quickly when she realised didn't have quite enough breaking of the balance there to get Kinzerska over.
Well, Kinzerska there looking to get that left hand high over in the collar, and I'm surprised that Tachimoto is engaging so close. I would have felt that she would have opened her up a bit more, created that space, and then come through for that Osotogari that we've seen in previous matches.
I get the feeling that Tachimoto isn't necessarily, overly concerned about being close to Kinzerska. She knows her well; they've fought before, and she probably feels that she's not going to get thrown. She's got that kind of confidence.
Well, it's nice to have that confidence, but when they're so big, do you want to take a chance? We've got the Taetoshi there. She breaks the balance of the Ukraine, follows it through into the Newaza.
Because your initial reaction when you're concerned about getting thrown by someone is you don't want them gripping up at all, or you're forcing them into grips from which you think they're not going to be able to produce a throw.
And also it's so physically demanding. If you could imagine the size of the Ukraine pounding all that weight down on you, how draining of your energy that must be. So to keep it light and open and pick off and trying to find the space to be able to clip away at those feet and follow through with the Seanagis and the Osotogaris that she has got.
She's not at all concerned about giving up the lapel at all. Not at all.
She seems to be... And the energy that's zapped out of both of them will be a lot.
Yeah. Inside the last minute, Tachimoto persisting with going over on the left side. Left Taetoshi, I think, is what is in mind. It's Kinzerska who picks up a penalty for passivity.
Well, both of them have got great Osotogaris, and we have seen them today. As you can see, she's trying to hook in there, Ukraine, right round the back of the knee, and then hop around to the rear. She's got that height advantage to be able to do that, but I don't think she's got the energy somehow today. Not in this final. I think it's been a long day.
I really like this idea of not looking just at that Shido and thinking, okay, I'm going to do this now with 12
That's
seconds to
right,
go.
yes.
No, you haven't scored yet.
Yeah.
It also means that Kinzerska is still in it.
Yes.
There's the tension remains, and that's why I think that we've had so few poor golden score contests. The golden scores contests have been interesting because the tension it just continued there.
Yes. Well, this is a long struggle for these. There's 4 minutes, and now they go into the golden score. So this is really about who's got the physical and attributes, who's actually fit enough to then last the pace on this, because this has been a grueling 4 minutes.
Again, the gi comes up and over the head. You sort of pull that down at the back if you can. And Wongo Chow is just pointing that out.
The belt comes
yeah.
off, and who would blame her? It's been a lot of work out there, and they're obviously very tired.
Well, the one who's in most danger here is Kinzerska, because she can't afford another error. In golden score, it will count against her. She'll lose.
Well, Kinzerska has to really now step it up. She really does have to put it into second gear. We've been in first all the way through now, and now it's about changing. It's the first time you've seen a little bit more reaction from both of them. Spark of energy from both.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
And with that, Kinzerska, a little bit of pressure. Tachimoto just became a little bit overly defensive, and she picked up a penalty now. So things are really even now. The first score will win it, or whomsoever is penalised will lose. Not a lot of Ashiwaza from Tachimoto.
Well, favourite techniques they have with the Osota, and this is like, it's looking very messy, and I think this is where Tachimoto could end up seeing her next. Shido, well, no, he's let it ride.
That was lucky, because it looked pretty poor from Tachimoto. Couldn't stand up to a reasonably strong pull. So real trouble with a gi again.
Well, Kinzerska there is actually putting a little bit more, well, I say a little bit more, but she's a little bit more aggressive with the movements and just making Tachimoto look really untidy, really.
Single score would do it. Well, she won't get penalised for passivity now after that strong effort on the left. It's like tennis here, you know. It's your turn now, Kinzerska.
Yeah, to back, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
there goes Tachimoto again. Kinzerska behind the pace now. Another good strong attack here from Tachimoto, and then all of a sudden things have changed. Oh, beautiful counter! Absolutely super.
Nice. Well, I'm glad to see that there was a score. It wouldn't have been so good to see a penalty being awarded there. And a great attack there, counter-attack.
Well, Tachimoto fancied wrapping it up by just putting the pressure on and maybe drawing a second penalty against Kinzerska, but she put in one attack that was a little bit loose at the end. Kinzerska with the, well, maybe it was Tani Otoshi to finish off Tachimoto. We'll see it in the replay, but hey, she's off and on her way. Some tears, a few tears.
I think that's what you call exhaustion.
Hug for the coach. Worked up a bit of perspiration there. We'll call it that, I suppose. Let's have a look and see how this finished off.
Yes, she just glowed very well.
These are the highlights of this final on the screen.
Yeah, Kosoto there.
Yeah, Kosoto taking both the legs. Yeah, why not? Kosoto.
Oh yeah, she took the yeah. No, she did well there. She stretched across. Tachimoto left herself wide open
Just
there.
a little bit
She
weak
is
with the last one. She was just
very,
pushing,
very
wasn't
weak
she?
on that attack. But like we said, that physical gripping and not moving and not keeping herself out of danger, she was draining it. She was depleted of energy near the end.
I think we've got the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 100 kilo category coming up next.
Under 100 Kilogramm. Meine Damen und Herren, die Siegerehrung der Männer bis 100 Kilogramm.
The medals presented by Head Refereeing Director of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Jan Snijders.
Well, there's the lineup.
For the Netherlands, Michael Corel. And for
Bronze
Russia,
medals
Kazbek
go
Sanishir.
to Michael Korel of the Netherlands and to Kazbek Zankishiev of Russia.
Silver medalist for Japan, Wolf Aro.
The silver medal goes to Wolf Aaron of Japan.
And gold medalist for Belgium, Toma Nikiforov.
The gold medal goes to Toma Nikiforov of Belgium.
The prize money and flowers presented by Marketing Director of the European Judo Union and President of the German Judo Federation, Mr. Peter Frese.
As the shimiwaza that finished off Wolf, really powerfully executed there by Nikiforov.
Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of Belgium.
Now the national anthem of Belgium.
Thank you very much. Now, do a picture with the Indian judoka.
Korel, Zankishiev, Wolf and Nikiforov. Those were the medalists. A few smiling faces, but not from Aaron. Not a happy camper. One more weight category to bring you 3 contests. The first of these is the first of the bronze medal matches in the plus 100 kilo category. Borbana of Hungary faces Luri Krakovetskil of Kyrgyzstan. It's Bor in the white judogi, Krakovetskil in blue.
Well, as you can see, it's quite interesting. 111 wins to Bor, 54 to Krakovetsky. Quite a lot of wins under his belt there. For 30 years of age, world ranked at number 12, 7th in the Olympic Games, 1 master medal, and Krakovetsky 24, ranked 15. So on the world ranking list, there's no miles apart. But there is 6 years of maturity from Bor. Well, the Hungarian has got slight height advantage here in this contest. But obviously the weight advantage goes to Krakowiecki. Or they're opting for the sleeves. Nice switch of movement there. Real good upper body control from Krakowiecki. Oh, lovely attack there from... Well, it's very interesting, this match. Bor looking a little bit there's some nice movement here from Krakowiecki. He seems to move him, go under his centre of balance there, using his feet quite nicely, breaking down the Hungarian. Bor, who's opting for a left hand collar grip, as you see slipping up there, is trying to control, but now he switches that right hand. But it looks very defensive at this moment. Bor doesn't look comfortable. Could be a Shido there for Bor. Bor with that left hand on the lapel. Looks a better position now for him as he advances on to Krakowiecki. Well, he picks up the second Shido for touching the leg this time. And you knew that was coming, you could tell with the body language there. Or again with that, opting for that left lapel grip that keeps being pulled off by Krakowiecki, who has that little twitch in his repertoire there that really every time he does it unsettles Bor. He reacts every time to it.
One would have suspected that given Bor's far greater experience, we would have seen a little bit more from him. It's been the other way around. It's Krakowiecki.
Yeah, Krakowiecki has definitely dominated this match. But what he's done, he's got this little. It's not an attack, but it's like a twitch, and you can see him working with his hands. He twitches his opponent, and the Hungarian Bor reacts every time to it. It unsettles him and it opens him up.
Half a minute left to go. Still looking for the first score. Sat down and fell off in the wrong direction, unfortunately for Bor. It was all beginning to shape nicely. You could see where he wanted to go, and then all of a sudden it went wrong. Krakowiecki ended up picking up a penalty for passivity there. That's what you
Without
didn't need.
doing much commitment, he's actually been doing quite a bit of work there without really doing too much. It's that sort of movement. He's had Bor on his toes every time. It's that slight twitch and movement that he reacts as if something's going to follow through, and nothing does. And I think it's just a matter of time, and we might actually even see it now in the golden score, what he was trying to set up.
Golden score.
neither fighter would have wanted this, but I can't see that it suits Bohr, to be honest. Much rather have come away before having to extend himself physically, because Krakowicz looks as though he's still got something left in the tank here.
Definitely. And he has got a cracking Uchimata, but he hasn't had anywhere chance of getting near to that.
Oh,
He's got, hold on a minute. Well, we're looking at that right hand on the collar now. And a change.
Almost with the Ashiwaza.
Nearly changed it there. Changed direction. Now that switch of direction, is that the sort of little bit of setup that he has if he gets that grip again, that he shows one way and then switches into the Uchimata the other side, follows it through. Oh, the drop. Oh, there was a lost opportunity there for Bohr.
Kyrgyz coach was calling for a penalty there for Bohr. Bohr almost threw his man, and then he was calling for a false attack. Come on.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
he's gone.
That's
it.
Bohr's got
I
that.
like that for Bohr. One way, then the other. Nope, not going to give it. I thought that was good.
I would have thought it would. Well, it
and
was a reaction.
it's on the board now.
Yeah, he tried to counter it, and it was a terrible counter. And if he hits the ground first, then his opponent gets the score, and that's the rules. That's the rules with it. So, but obviously they've put it on there now.
Yeah, I also think for me, there's the suspicion of a change of direction from Bohr as he hit the wall, felt it, and then went the other way.
Yeah.
At the same time, Krakowicz may have been thinking about, executing a counter there, but for me, it was more about a change of direction from Borbana. No.
Oh, they've taken it off. Oh. Well, I'm surprised with that.
I like that for a score. Okay, we'll have a little bit more then.
Be interesting to see how that looked. Obviously, just looking at once, it was a counter, but a counter that went terribly wrong.
Yeah. Well, we continue. The next thing that will happen is Krakowicz will pick up a passivity penalty. Don't hang about, Bohr. You're going to get this finished.
I still feel that Krakowicz got something left there, and that was maybe...
No, you're looking the wrong way.
Oh, that's what you call desperation there now.
I really think Bohr can do this,
Well, you're a supporter of Bohr, and I just get that feeling throughout this whole contest that Krakowicz might just steal this. For just the way he's been moving and having his opponent react so well. But obviously, as the time goes on, they're obviously going to get very, very tired now.
1 or 2 years ago,
and it's just down to condition, isn't it?
1 or 2 years ago, Bohr would have launched him with that.
Yes.
It's a nice little entry for a big fella, isn't it? Sits down and gets things going. Just can't complete the second time that he's been in there.
Well, this is the first time I'm looking at Krakowicz there and thinking, nah, he's lost it. He's backing off. He's not got anything left.
And he's picked up that penalty I was talking about.
He's running on empty now. Totally running on empty.
Almost. One way, then the other. It's not a bad little contest, this now.
There's a bit of a battle going on here. You think sort of...
He looks drained now.
7 minutes these guys have been out there. It's a lot, isn't it?
Bohr's been the one to be doing all the attacking.
Well, Krakowicz looks like he's gone under the red now. He's out of fuel, and he's running on memory. All the the signs are just telling you that he can't survive, and no, he's got to get a Shido for that. He's stopped engaging, and I think he knows it.
Yeah,
He
it's
looks
done.
totally exhausted. What?
What?
Well, it's not. Oh, well, I didn't see that coming. But looking at the face of the other one, he tends to think, "What's that all about?"
It couldn't have been.
What? Krakovetsky goes, "Put me out of my misery. Just put me down. I thought I was going home right now." And he just looked to say, "We're not carrying on, are we?"
There you go. Even if he's off the other side. Keep going. Try and work the Newaza. Oh.
Well, do you know what? Krakovetsky has done everything but put it on a plate for him now, but Boss still can't put him over, even though Krakovetsky's just completely finished now. He's not done anything. Cannot believe that this match is still going on. 8 minutes out here.
Good one, good one.
These two guys are looking at each other as if to say, "Can you believe this? We're still going?"
Crowd are into it though. Yeah,
Yes,
there he goes.
well, and Ippon Cianagi. Well, at least it was a nice finish. It's got to have been the longest
Good one.
match. I think they're applauding their stamina. The fact that they've been able to go on for 8 minutes.
Terrific end as well.
8 minutes, 10 seconds out there, and a nice finish to the end. Well, that's got to be one of the longest golden scores we've had.
Borbana wins the first of the bronze medal contests, overcoming Nuri Krakovetsky of Kyrgyzstan. It's the Hungarian who takes the spoils, finishing off with that nice Ippon Cianagi after, what was it, 4 minutes of golden score?
4 minutes and 10 seconds.
4 minutes
exactly.
and 10 seconds of golden score, some of which was actually quite entertaining in the end.
What match were you watching?
I liked it. I liked the
There was
the tension.
there was a bit of tension. There was an element of excitement there, and
When they went into golden score, Krakovetsky looked as though he was going to take it.
yes, he did. I totally agree there. But when he went into the second minute of golden score,
He was on his way down.
someone needed to be put
Yeah.
out of their misery because
Well, it took a little bit longer than we thought, but
it was nosediving
Yeah.
quite considerably.
nice finish though
A
in
lovely
the end.
finish.
Yeah.
But I think Krakovetsky gave up 2 minutes prior to that.
Nice and tight in the end. Borbana we're going to see
Cianagi there.
on the medal podium. 2 more contests to bring you. The second of the bronze medal contests features Yezhan Zhinkeyev of Kazakhstan, and he's up against Lukasz Kopalek of the Czech Republic. It'll be Zhinkeyev in the white judogi, Kopalek in blue. Gonna get some fireworks here, you think?
Well, definitely, I think so. And I think Krapelek, well, was disappointed him not getting into the final, but 26-31, there is a difference of age there. And Ippon's 186 to 24.
Look at
So
that.
there's quite a bit. Wins, 126 wins to 40. So I think there's a little bit of winning power there on Krapelek's side, isn't there?
He could also be smarting at that loss from, as Loretta just said, in the semi-final against the Japanese Kageura Kokoro.
Well, you can't take it away from him. He absolutely got skied in that with the drop Cianagi, and he walked straight onto it. But what a lesson to learn.
This is a big task for Zhinkeyev, really.
Definitely.
I think you've got somebody who is hungry. here.
Well, he's fresh, isn't he? He's fresh in this weight. He's got
a mark to make.
At the end of the day, he's got nothing to lose. He's got it all to gain. He's starting fresh in a new weight category. He's Olympic champion. He's got every result under his belt. It's the under 100s, and now you're looking at the plus. And he's just starting off. He's only dabbled a little bit in the plus 100s a couple of years ago, I think it was, and he won all his matches then. So it was a good test for him, and most probably something that he did consider after the Olympic Games to do. And I believe you were talking before and saying that what's motivating him, and this is that he had no motivation or no aspirations in the under 100s, but now this is all fresh. This is all exciting stuff, and it gets him out of the bed in the morning knowing that he's got something to accomplish.
He'll want to pay back against Kageura at some stage.
Definitely.
He'll hunt him down.
It won't be today, though.
No.
Definitely not.
You may see him on the podium if he can get past Chinkaev. Well, just allowing himself to be flat-footed at the moment, Kopalik.
Yeah, he's getting pulled down here. He's actually one of two of the lightest. There's only about 300 grams between them, but there's two the lightest in the weight. He actually fought the heaviest in the weight in the early rounds, something like 70 kilos of a difference, and that was Nete, the number 1 seed from Romania.
Simigashi effort from Kopalik there. He's picked up 2 penalties and there's 2:35 left to go.
That's a long way
state to be
go.
in.
No. Puts yourself under a lot of pressure here.
Yeah, you can see his thinking now. I better get this done.
Well, the Kazakhstan is like dragging his head down, making him look very passive, and Kopalik doesn't seem to be having much to offer from that position. He's got to be careful there. It wouldn't be nice to see this go as a hand Sokimaki, based on his performance throughout the day as well. It'd be nice to see. Well, there's a lovely attack there. There really.
He's turned onto his front now, but this 100 kilos is not going to be a bed of roses, is it?
No, he's not going to get his own way, is he?
He's feeling it now. Kopalik, welcome to the plus 100 kilo category.
Welcome to our world, they're saying. And I'm quite sure that someone like Teddy Reiner's out there watching this right now as we speak.
He'll be laughing at the moment. He's saying, go on, Chinkaev. Dish it out.
That's it. Well, there seems to be a little bit of life there.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Kopalik. He's starting to fight back, and he needs to. He needs to start really getting nitty-gritty in there and start throwing in his weight, what little he has against the big guys, but he's just allowing that left hand to come over high onto Kopalik's shoulders. As you can see, he's drawing the head down to his size. With Sumigesh, we saw that before, and it was very successful in other rounds. And we know he's got very good niwaza.
Minute 10 left to go.
That's the first time we've seen that. So
I think tactically, what would be preferable for Kopalik is to be at this stage without any penalties, even if he was a score down, because his strength and his fitness, I think, is going to tell towards the back end of the contest.
Oh yeah, that was a stumble, really. Gave that one away. Well, Kopalik there has really got some work to do now. I think he will. I think he can come back and even this one up. He's got that left high collar he's got to get, but as you can see, Shinkiev there holding that left.
He knows he's missed. He look at that, yeah.
Missed it. Each time he's just missed the mark on that Sumigesh. And he's not going to get that big man off him. So 29 seconds left.
Too
Well,
desperate a lunge that was.
he's got to be much more precise on that, and he's got to hit the target better. He's got 29 seconds. It is possible, but I suppose maybe even the Shido would bring the Hansokimaki, but
Again, too desperate.
He's now not starting to play this match well. He's lost some valuable seconds there, not tactically playing this contest.
Well, if he needs inspiration, he just got it there, because Zhinkeev can hardly get to his feet.
Yeah.
What can he have left?
And the thing is, that's not good. That's not good body language, because the referee will see that, and he'll know he's just trying to survive this.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Are they going to do that? 3 seconds was all that he had left.
Well, to be honest, not the nicest of matches. I think if Kripalik was going to pile the pressure on like he did, he should have done it a little bit earlier.
Yes, that
He left it far too late to try and do that sort of tactical move.
Yeah. Well, Zhinkeev is lucky that part of the new rules changed the timing of the contest from 5 to 4.
Yeah,
because
he would
never have made it.
He would have never made it. It was just...
Yerzhan Zhinkeev. It's a learning process for Kripalik. Zhinkeev takes that bronze medal, and it is really something that Kripalik is going to have to come to terms with, how to deal with all the different body types, the different styles, and the different situations.
Yes. I think his problem is he's got to beef up a bit, and he's got his condition, he's got to get more practice of moving these big guys. His judo has got to change, where his tactics have got to change. He's got to realise that if you don't move them, it's like hitting a brick wall every time. You've got to break these big guys down.
Well, it
isn't it as much as throwing that arm and staying strong. He's got to move them.
He's also been caught twice today. He's been thrown with Uchimata there, left-sided by Zhinkeev. You can't take that away from him. That was a good technique from the big fella. And that's a score. And he was thrown beautifully.
And Kripalik didn't really actually have anything to offer, didn't he? He didn't actually have anything to offer.
Yeah. Right, we come to the final now of the plus 100 kilo category. Kageura Kokoro of Japan faces Harazawa Hisayoshi, also of Japan. It's an all-Japan final. It'll be Kageura in white, Harazawa in blue, and here's Loretta in black.
Dear spectators, the last final of the tournament is final for men over 100 kilograms.
Well, as you can see, there's not much of an age group, 21, 24, 9 wins to Kageura. Not fought that many times.
He's a young man, isn't he?
Very, very young, but when you say young man, 21 years of age.
Well, young man for international senior competitions representing Japan.
Yeah.
They haven't pushed him out that much. They've got plenty of others. In the middle, to referee this one, Evgeny Raklin of Russia.
And in white, also for Japan, the current Asian champion.
I mean, he hasn't done a great deal at senior level except to win the Asian Championships.
Well, I suppose that's a feat on its own, isn't it? In some cases, that's as close as winning a World Championships, isn't it, really? To get out onto this international scene, you've got to be good. Harasawa there, straight in with that Uchimata. No messing around here.
Oh, counter! Beautiful counter from Kageura. With Wasari on the board.
The flexibility of that. He just lifted his leg and then upper body control just countered it.
Little bit too loose with the Uchimata was Harazawa. He moved him first of all and he thought, I'll have another go at that. Should have been a bit more serious.
Well, Harasawa's not going to be happy with that. He's trailing now with the Wazari. He came He came out there really firing on all cylinders. He was really up for this contest. That's most probably shocked, and one hurt his pride, but actually put a little bit of fear factor in there, I think. So he came in with the Ouchi Uchimata, and then as he changed it for the Uchimata, that's when the sidestep came over. Great counter.
Actually, it was more of, as you say, better reactions. Oh, almost came up with a second and then a third.
Well, that's a really poor drop.
Yeah, the
there.
last one was not necessary.
Uchimata driving this time, instead of turning and going square off, he had taken him off to the side this time. I don't think he fancied the idea of another counter like that. He's got the right hand high on the collar there, Karazawa. Kagura there, he's obviously on a high. When it was in the semi-final when he fought Krapelek, that was just something else, wasn't it? So
again,
bit unusual there. He did a drop, but he had his hand
the other way.
arm
Yeah.
completely wrapped around his body.
He's got nice movement for a big fighter, Kageura.
He's very, right from the beginning, he takes his time. He's slow to start in all his contests, and as if he's disengaged with the match, and then all of a sudden, right near the end, in the last minute, he just throws it out from nowhere. And it always seems to be a big score, but it takes him a wee while just to get in there, into the match. So what we're seeing right now with...
He caught Krapelek with that earlier on.
Yes, he did. But Krapelek was running onto it, and he made that ultimate
And
stepped over him.
He goes again. As long as he keeps threatening him, keeps up the attacks, he won't pick up a penalty.
Well, Harasawa's... Well, they're going to be watching him now closely, but again, this is very similar to previous matches we've seen. The only difference here, he hasn't got a couple of Shidos to his side, so he's in a better position.
.30 odd seconds left to go.
Oof,
Another
very
Uchimata
close.
effort from Harasawa. Doesn't come off.
Well, one more Shido would result in a hand Sokimaki, so he's playing with fire at the
start
moment.
thinking about it. He has to engage with him.
He really has to engage. There's no doubt about it. If he doesn't, he's...
Another good effort.
That was a good drop.
Yeah.
It was convincing enough, and that will
That's
keep
it.
the wolves from the door.
That's it, yeah, well done. Keep the wolves from the door. Keep
That's it.
Harasawa out. Shake of the head from Harasawa. Bit of a smile from Kageura.
He's done well today. He's had a great performance, and a well-deserving gold medal goes to him.
Think about this. He defeats the current Olympic champion at under 100 kilos. Okay, we can discount that slightly because Krapelek has moved up a weight. You can't discount the fact that he's just defeated the Olympic silver medalist.
Yes.
In the weight that he's fighting in now. That boy has made a mark.
Krapelek, he obviously fought Nate, so he defeated the first seed out there anyway. So it's been a tough ride to that final, and I think he's just tipped it today based on overall performance. That was a lovely counter there. How flexible and how well balanced he was to be able to stay on one leg and then maneuver himself. Oh,
Liebe Freunde, es wäre wirklich super, wenn Sie noch bleiben, auch den letzten Medaillengewinner dann zu applaudieren.
he just stepped right over him. Well, anyone that says to you that they can't do Uchimata because they've got little legs, well, forget it. We've seen some wonderful techniques out there. The Osotas are the ones that have stayed. The Osota, Gary and the Marotti Cianagi have been absolute belters, haven't they? It's really effective techniques.
Right, we've got the awarding ceremony for the women in the plus 78 kilo category. Let's have a look at the lineup. I think it's Bernd Achilles who is going to be presenting the medal series. And the bronze medals go, first of all, to Sone Akira of Japan. And also to Larissa Čerik of Bosnia-Herzegovina. Got that flash of pinkish reddish dyed hair.
This was probably over everybody's suit.
Silver medal goes to Tachimoto Megumi of Japan. And the gold medal goes to Irina Kinzerska of Ukraine.
The prize money and flowers presented by member of the board of the German Judo Federation, responsible for women's affairs, Miss Laura Zafak. Dear spectators, please all rise for the national anthem of Ukraine.
And now the national anthem of Ukraine.
Thank you very much. The group picture with the VIP and judoka.
Well, it was Sone Čerik, Tachimoto and Kinzerska who finished as they are the top four. We've got one more awarding ceremony to bring you, but before that we've got some highlights and then we'll be back with that presentation. Stay with us.
For the last awarding ceremony for men over 100 kilograms.
In ganz wenigen Augenblicken also die letzte Siegerehrung. Die Siegerehrung der Männer über 100 Kilogramm.
Here are the final results of Düsseldorf Grand-Prix 2017. Team of Japan have 5 gold medals. Team of Georgia and Russia, 2 gold medals. France, Mongolia, Germany, Belgium and Ukraine, 1 gold medal.
Liebe Freunde, an dieser Stelle schon einmal der Medaillenspiegel für diesen Grand Prix. Japan an Position 1 mit 5 Goldmedaillen. Dann Georgien und Russland mit jeweils 2. Und auf den Plätzen 4 bis 6 Frankreich, Mongolei und Deutschland mit jeweils einer Goldmedaille. Belgien und Ukraine ebenfalls eine Goldmedaille.
Also you can see the highlights of the final block on the screen.
Wir können uns auch ein paar entscheidende Schüttel-Momente des Finalblocks noch einmal anschauen.
Right, just time enough to tell you that the top medal places went to Japan with 5 gold medals. Georgia took 2 gold medals. Russia also took 2 gold medals, and there was 1 gold medal apiece, each for France, Mongolia, Germany, Belgium, and Ukraine. Right, I think they're ready with the medal presentation in the plus 100 kilo category. Let's go down there and have a look and see who it was that ended up in the top places.
The medals presented by Head Sport Director of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Vladimir Barta. The bronze medalists are for Kazakhstan, Yerzhan Shinkeyev.
Bronze medals go to Yerzhan Shinkeyev of Kazakhstan and to Borbana of Hungary. Silver medal goes to Harazawa Hisayoshi of Japan. But it's his teammate, Kageura Kokoro of Japan, who picks up the gold medal. He has a good look as well to see that it's the right one. Don't want any mistakes at this stage.
Stepped right over him, even with the little legs.
Well, we hope that you've enjoyed our coverage from the first Grand Prix of 2017 on the International Judo Federation Judo World Tour, this time from the Mitsubishi Electric Halle in Düsseldorf. But from former world champion Loretta Cusack-Doyle and myself, it's bye-bye for now.
Goodbye.
Dear spectators, the national anthem of Japan.
Meine Damen und Herren, bitte erheben Sie sich zu Ehren der japanischen Nationalhymne.
Thank you very much. The group picture with VIP and judoka.
We go hide away in daylight. We go undercover, wait up the sun. Got a secret side in plain sight. Where the streets are empty, that's where we run. Everyday people do everyday things, but I can be one of them. I know you hear me now. We are a different kind.
Once again, congratulations to all athletes, all medalists. And also thank you for supporting judo. Thank you, Düsseldorf. We'll see you next year also here in Düsseldorf. Thank you for your company.